Good morning, children. Welcome to social class. So, in social, we are learning the 19th block, which is temperate grasslands. Isn't it, children? So, in this, we have learned the location and climate of the temperate grasslands all over the world. And in the second topic, we have learned the people of the temperate grasslands, that is, prairies, the people who live in prairies, that is in North America, isn't it, children? So in the third topic we are going to learn about the vegetation and wildlife of this place. Okay, so please open your social content books, children, and turn to page number 120. Okay, 120, 120. Okay, children. So if you see the vegetation means the plants of that region, isn't it? If you see the plants, children, we have learned that in temperate grasslands the rainfall is very less. Yes, because of that you can't see the trees. So as the rainfall is less, we can see only the grass and the shrubs in this region, isn't it, children? That we have already learned. Yes, and this grass grows in spring season. Okay, and it starts to turn hay in the autumn. In autumn the grass turns into hay like this. Okay, and in the winter it dies. Okay, it falls off, the grass falls off, it dies. Okay, so in this way, according to the season, the grass looks like. Okay, and here this soil is very rich in nutrients. Okay, it is very fertile, we can say. As it is fertile, that means it has nutrients, it has humus and nutrients. Why? Because of this decayed grass, it is not used by the plants. There are no plants only here, there, isn't it? Because less rainfall, so all that nutrients you can find it in the soil. That's why the people of prairies have turned this farmland grasslands into farmlands. Because of that the crops also grow. The soil is very fertile, it has lots of nutrients. That's why it has it is fertile, and then we can easily, the crops grows very nicely because of these nutrients. Okay, children, and in this tree they have very few trees. Okay, because of the low rainfall that we have already learned. So because of that we can only see that tall grasses like this or the shrubs. Okay, so this is about the vegetation, the plants. Okay, now coming to your animals in your page number 121, 121. So here you can see many different types of animals and birds here. Okay, that mostly eat the grass, because here we have lots of tall grass, isn't it? So we can see the animals who depend on that grass, like deer, antelope. You know deer, isn't it? Antelope, can you see the first picture? That is your antelope. So deer, antelope, bison. The third picture in your content book also you have the bison, which is a common animal in prairies. Yes, and rabbit, you know rabbit, and prairie chicken. So the middle one, the first picture in the first row, this is the prairie chicken. Okay, and all you know, isn't it? Then hawks, this is your hawks. This is one of the bird, and wolves. So in this way there are different types of animals that live. Most of the animals feed on the grass, and some animals like wolf and all depend on the other animals. Okay, other birds and animals like wolf depend on deer, because it is a carnivorous animal, isn't it? So like that. Okay, and large part of this prairies have been turned into farmlands by humans. Okay, where most of the land is used for growing crops and grazing is nothing but the cows and bisons eat the grass, isn't it? The deer, antelope eat the grass. So most of the land is either farmland or the grazing land. Okay, the cattle grazes, or the wild animals also graze on that grass. Okay, so in those places plants cannot grow. Why? Because when the animal is eating the grass, it pulls the grass out of the soil, isn't it? So that when the animal pulls out the grass, the soil becomes loose. Okay, if a plant or a grass is there, the roots of that plants or the grass hold the soil tightly, okay, together. And if grass is taken out, is pulled out by the animals, the soil becomes loose, and because of that, they it happens to be a soil erosion. What do you mean by soil erosion? Soil erosion is nothing but removing the top layer of the soil. So if there is a wind, or if there is a rainfall, even though it is a less rainfall, because of that, or because of strong winds, the first layer of the soil is removed. Okay, and because of that, it happens to be a soil erosion. And also the dust storms also you can see. Okay children, that is the only thing that here we can see a soil erosion, okay, and or the dust storm. Okay children, so this is our topic for today children. And if you see the, did you know the word prairies comes from a French word which means meadow or grasslands. Okay, so in French, if you have to say grassland, you have to say prairie. Okay, so this is our topic for today children. I have given few keywords in your daily schedule. Please learn them, write it in your classwork, and also underline in your content book. And if you find any other word which is difficult for you, you can include that also. Okay children, now coming to your question answers. What type of animals and plants are found in prairies and why? So if you see the plants children, plants are the tall grass, or are some few shrubs you can see. And what happens to that grass? In spring season it grows, and in autumn it turns into hay, and in winter it dies. Okay, and in this region we have very few trees because of the low rainfall. That is about your plants. Now coming to animals, many animals and birds are found in this prairies that depend on grass for feeding. Okay, to which depend on grass for as their food. Okay, grass or grass seeds. And some of them are deer, antelope, bison, rabbit, prairie chicken are the animals which depend on grass. And there are other animals like which are carnivores, which eat the other animals like owls, hawks, and wolf, or they feed on these animals. Okay, so write this answer in your classwork and please learn it children. Coming to your next question, how is soil affected by too much of farming and grazing? How? Because the nutrients are used if it is farming, and if it is grazing, the soil becomes loose and leads to soil erosion or dust storms. That's what you will write it in the answer. Okay, coming to your next question, what is the difference between a person living in a desert and someone living in prairies? Desert is a nomad. That means he will be moving from one place to another in search of food and water, and he moves on camels. But the person who lives in prairies lives in a farmhouse, writes houses, and he grows crop. He has a settled life. He will not move from one place to another, isn't it? That is the difference. Okay, so write these three answers in your classwork and please learn it children. And coming to your homework, you have 2 pages of volume book 3, page number 16 and 17. In 16 you have plants and animals of prairies, and in S4 you have, S3 you don't have. In page number 17 you have S4, which is comparing climatic conditions. Okay, that means here in this S4 you are comparing the climate of temperate grasslands with desert region or with the tropical forest region. Okay, you have to compare and you need to complete it. Okay children, so with this we have completed with our blog. So in the next class I'll meet you with the new blog children. And before that, before starting the blog, I think you will be having the formatives. Follow whatever I told in the previous video, the capital letters, the spaces, the spellings. Okay, all you do it properly. Learn the spellings children. Okay, so with spellings also you lose your marks, isn't it? Why you have to lose your marks for spellings? So when you are learning the answer, learn the spelling also. Okay children, so all the best for your exams children. Bye.